So first thing is I'll keep the notes and I will write the notes on the side. But
Mhm.
you do the activity as I say.
Okay.
Go to UiPath Marketplace. So we'll work on two things. First thing is about solution design document, how to do it. And we'll also, what's happening? Yeah. So we'll also talk about how can we work with uh, support, or if you are trying for a support role, or if you got a support interview, then how can you answer?
And Vajrang, do we have APIs also for this RPA, for this Studio UiPath while developing? Do
The
we use
key
any APIs?
performance. Yeah. So you mean API automation that you're talking?
I'm not sure, but in the front end for our development, we use RESTful web APIs to interact with the database and to get the data
Okay,
or to update
so
the data to the database.
you are asking, will we work with APIs? Is it right? Is that my?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we'll work in the next project.
Okay. So there are APIs.
Uh, yes, for Studio
Okay,
Orchestrator, we have APIs, and
okay,
we will be trying to work with APIs like we have random user API. So we will be using that to generate data tables and move the data. So all these things we can do.
okay.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and see. Okay, search for um, first we are talking about solution design document. So who should prepare solution design document?
Architects
Developer.
or okay,
And reviewed by architect.
okay. So shall I search for solution design document?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
SDD. Search for SDD. SDD helper. Yeah, SDD assistant. Open that.
Do we need to sign up?
You can just log in like the same email ID and password that you use for
Okay.
UiPath.
Okay. So shall I open this one in the studio?
Did you unzip the files?
Yes.
Yeah, open the main. Okay. Just click on manage packages and update the packages
Where is it?
on the top. Manage packages.
I couldn't. Okay.
Yeah, just upload them, update them.
So just click on them or
Yeah, click on them, and then on the right side there will be install option.
okay, update. Okay.
Save it and close. So SDD, so this is one kind of helper, but the idea is we need to create a solution design document from scratch. But since we already have an option, we'll be using it. Do you also have the yesterday you mapped or you saved the supply chain management code, right, in our GitHub?
Yes, Vajrang.
Yeah. So you need to our document has unresolved activities. The activities have been resolved. You will not be able to save until okay, give me access. Maybe the activities need to be upgraded or downgraded. That's it.
Okay.
Word application scope, word activities. So you have enabled previews. I'm just increasing, just removing the previews. Let's just see. So this is having an issue with word packages. So let's see if we can get some package word. Obviously, we can see the packages over here in UiPath Assistant. If you open package.json, project.json, open, I can see more apps and Notepad. Okay. So these are the packages, Web API, Code activities. So these are the packages that you need to install. Okay. Excel activities. So by this, so initially, like this is also one of the way how we check with the packages and how which package to upgrade and which package to make sure which package should we add. So this is one of the activity that we do. So let's close it. Packages, let it come. Just try to copy the word activities. UiPath.word.activities.
Yeah. So yeah, actually, just try to extract that folder into like try to extract that zip file into a separate folder. I think that may work. Like
Is it
directly
not?
opening
I
from
think
the
it's
zip
already
file.
extracted, right? Is it not
Um,
extracted?
I think he opened the zip file directly.
Got it. Thanks, buddy. That's I have already asked if we have extracted it or not.
See, it already opened unzipped file, so I thought it's already extracted.
No, No, so what will happen is if you save it, if you open it in zip format, like it will compress again.
Okay.
Extract all. Yeah.
Yeah, latest File Explorer has option to directly open the zip files.
Okay.
Now let's go with this. So if you see, there is already a PDD template. Okay. And this one is the solution design document that we are going to prepare, but it has some predefined like steps or templates, like where this data should be added, automated process details, what are the automated process details and all. We'll just have a quick review of it. No need to go too much on do. Okay, just let's see. Yeah, so I think this is good. Manage packages. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and debug and see. Do you need this one? Or can I close it?
Close, I guess.
Yeah, because the word scope is available, right? So I'm just checking. So if you just wait for a while, you will see a pop-up that's coming, that will come in. Okay. Project local call stack. I think this is the first time, right? It's trying to load all the packages or something. It's trying to do something. Let's wait. Let's minimize it. Sometimes it will be, yeah, here it is. So just map the folder, or else we can take this RP challenge folder itself, project, and let's try to map it. Okay, if you see here, the HDD is getting created. That's done. Okay, and this also opened for us. Now we need to update each and every detail in this. Okay, now people just mute, close. Okay, now if you see here, first one, let's take example of RP challenge only. Our process name is automate data entry RP challenge. Okay, now table of contents, you can ignore this one for now. Like this one, what is the main purpose of this particular document? And see, each and every organization will have their own SDDs. So what is the difference between PDD and SDD? A PDD is created while we start with the process. SDD will be done. It's a solution design document, like how the solution is created. Okay. Now date is current date. Maybe we can just add 28th July 2022. Author is Seshank. Organization is Vajrang. Organization and developer initial draft. Okay, you can also add solution architect. I just approved, or if I just added something, then I can just do this. Who approves it and who will not approve it. All these details will be available over here. And what is the automated process details? Now this is RP challenge. That's what we have created, right? Now, is this a foreground automation or a background automation? Do you know the difference? Foreground automation requires a UI to be available on the screen. So this is a foreground automation because we need the UI to be available. Okay, now let's see with background automation. Is this background process? No, because we need to do some click activities. We need to do some type into activities. Is orchestrator used? Yes. Is it scalable? Yes, we can deploy it in multiple machines, right? Because we are using orchestrator queues. Yes, it is scalable. Which version of UiPath is used? That's what mentioned. Like this came in automatically. Next, runtime guide. How can we run this particular process? Display interaction between components like packages, how what we are doing and how we are doing, something like that. I'll just draw a simple diagram to make sure that you understand what's what. Smart chart, I will just add a process and the process goes something like this. So we have orchestrator assets or orchestrator queue. Okay, and from orchestrator queue, we need what? We need UI application. We have UiPath robot or UiPath code. Enter. This is RPA challenge website. Again, this is a sample UI that I am telling you. So just understand that here we will have a image which talks about our code. So let's cut it up and let's add at the correct place. So this is where it should be. So for both of these, there should be something, right? How the data gets added up. So here we'll just add a icon. Let's see if we find a robot. So I'll just add a robot. So I'll just mention that all the steps are robot steps. That's it. Okay. Now next. Next, master runtime details. So production environment details, where exactly this should run. Okay, running on Sparky or virtual back office machine scheduled every night. So can you just update this one, Sashank? Can you just type in running on Windows virtual machine with 8 GB RAM, triggered daily once at 8 a.m.
Running on Windows machine.
Yeah, and runs at 8 a.m. You can just mention runs at 8 a.m. Scheduled to run at 8 a.m. in the morning. Okay. Now prerequisites to run if there is any report was generated by X system. So for this, what we need to do is shade a file should be placed in shared folder at a particular path, like shared folder, and give the path. Just give C colon data slash input. Data must be available. Okay. Next, having Excel in the machine is required, and having browser access without restriction for website. Without restriction for RPA challenge website. Okay, input data is again an Excel file. Below
Okay.
input data. And output is screenshot of scorecard. Email to be sent with screenshot of the scorecard to so and so email, like your email or something. Your email at gmail.com, something.
Okay.
Okay. Like how to start the process. How to start the process, automated process. This is triggered, right? So example 3 valid CSV files. We can just write one valid Excel file.
Cell
Okay.
file, and that needs to be triggered.
Yes, and they need to be triggered as well. Time trigger. Queues. So if there is any reporting, how should we report? So Kibana link or email sent to email address. So to which email should we send? Like the report should be sent to which email? Okay. How is the orchestrator used? Process will be started from orchestrator server and the orchestrator URL should be given. Just give out cloud.uipath.com.
No password policy is required.
Like orchestrator is used for scheduling and assets passwords is right. Stored credentials, Gmail password. Like for example, if we are having your robot credentials, sometimes in organizations there will be password policy to reset it every 2 months or 3 months. Then we can write that password like enterprise password with which should be changed for every 2 months. Okay, so I'll quickly walk you through rather than just information informing everything. Schedule details when it will run, multiple resolutions, if it supports or not. See, if we are working on any, in case of VDA and Citrix, this is necessary, but for now, this is not necessary, not applicable. Recommended resolution is also not applicable. Is it scalable? Yes. Environment used for development. Like what is the computer name that is used for development and where are the configuration? Environment prerequisites, like what should be available, Windows 7, Back Office Studio, Excel, all these details. Repository for the project, we have created a repository, right? github.com/rp developer in 30 days Vajrang. So that should come in there. And configuration method, it is assets, comma JSON. We are using JSON as well, right? Configuration that we can mention, scroll down. List of reused components, for example, I have a login page and I have the login page as a shared file and I'm trying to reuse it every time. So that's a reusable component. For now, you can ignore. And if you scroll down, okay, so can you see here all the packages that we have used like Excel, mail activities, system activities, UI automation activities, this came in by default, like the solution will actually pick it and give it for you. But if you want to do it manually, you can just add these details over here. Okay. Architecture structure of the project. Again, this is the diagram of how robot is interacting with the applications. You can just ignore for now, scroll down. So what are the other details that we have? Okay, if there are any future requirements that's required, then it's fine. So one thing I think that's missing is each and every file will have the project workflows. Go to 2.3. 2.3. Yeah, so if you see here, there is only one file that's mentioned, right? And there are no arguments or no description. So let's close it and let's take RE framework, one of the RE framework project, and let's create this again.
Okay.
Just close it. I just want you to see how this will create files along with the arguments. Excuse me. Click on no. Yeah, just run the file again. Yeah. It will be in the back. So just minimize UiPath Studio.
Okay.
Yeah, just map it like if there is any bigger project.
Which one, Vajrang?
Go to UiPath, go to documents and then search for UiPath RE framework project, anything.
I
Just
don't have
now,
any RA.
yeah,
I
open
don't have
this
any
one.
RA.
Open this one.
Okay.
Open this one. Open this one. Yesterday
Okay.
you go to my folder. You can go to my folder or Abhijit. Any folder is fine. Just go to any folder. Let's see. Let's pick up one item where it's which is RE framework. Not there. Abhijit's not having anything.
Not. Yeah.
Others open others. Others have done very good projects.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So RE framework fruit project dispatcher. Open that.
Okay.
Yeah. Return OK. Now it will create one more file. Open that one. Yeah. Open that. Yeah. It's opening. It's opening.
Okay.
Now go to project workflows. Directly 2.3. Now can you see we are provided with all the project files and what are those arguments, and you need to write a description why each and every argument is used. For example, if there is in config, what is the use of in config? For example, if there is out transaction item, what data are we sending in out transaction item? Okay, so this is the example that I want to show you, because each and every file will have its properties and we need to clearly mention why every code is written. Each and every part of the code is written. We should have that in our files. Okay. Right. Let's close and save it.
But it's ask us save. But I think it should
Yeah.
be here. Okay.
Is it done?
It didn't ask for save. It directly got closed.
Yeah, that's
But I
just a
think I can.
read-only file. Read-only
Yeah.
file, so that's fine. Okay, I'm just writing the notes. Go to PowerSite and SGD will be generated. Okay, so this is fine. Now let's go with support role. So did you understand what is SGD? So did you understand the difference between PDD and SGD first thing?
Yes.
Support roles L1, L2, L3. Okay, done. Yeah. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Guys, any questions? So each and everything that we are writing in the notes is an answer for your interview. Okay. Who creates STD? Who creates PDD? So these are the questions. What will be there in PDD? What will be there in STD? Okay. You should know all these answers. Let's go ahead and check out. So when we are coming to support role, there will be a direct support team. L1 is direct support team, RPA support team. So RPA support team will not have access to code, or they will. Okay, I'll tell you what they will do. They will check with logs, check with exceptions if failed jobs. So if there is any job failed, they will check and identify why the job is failed. Report issues to respective stakeholders. So for example, if RP challenge should be run every Monday at 8 a.m. So today morning it did not run. Okay, so that should be monitored by the support team. Okay, now L1 support is a basic support, or you can say they will have access only to view and report, but they will not have deep dive understanding of each and every code that's available. Okay, coming to L2 support. L2. So this is a combination of support team, RPS support team, and development. Okay, so for example, if there is any code change required, application got upgraded, and selectors must be changed. Okay, L1 intimates L2, like the dev team, that there is an issue. And unable to execute the bot. Please check. So now L2 team will open code, open package code, debug it, and gives required changes to be implemented, takes approval from stakeholders, and hours required to update the code will be intimated, and CR process continues. CR means change request. So again, in change request, analyze. Okay, develop, test, deploy. Update SGD. Because if there is any change, solution design document is a live document that should be updated. Okay, now this is also not the condition. The code is working perfectly, but all of a sudden orchestrator got shut down. So this is L3 is UiPath support team. UiPath company support. So what they can do is connects over service ticket. So we need to raise a service ticket. We will have a sales team that will be contacting us. They will provide us. We need to show them over call. We need to show what is the issue. For example, in a shared folder, or you can also tell like in the orchestrator folder, all of a sudden we are not able to see all the folders. We don't know what is the reason. So we are not able to work with it because that is a cloud orchestrator. We are not monitoring it. So we can connect with the service support team and they will check with the settings and validate. Now support team will check authorization issues or any settings or any settings. If the issue can be resolved, they will update and resolve the ticket. If they too don't find the solution, they will report it as bug to product team who develops UiPath. In the next release, we need to we can get update. Okay. Now, until then, what a RPA team can do. Until then, RPA can either find an alternative or pause the execution and inform stakeholders. For example, recently, if you have seen the Internet Explorer version or updates got ended, like Microsoft actually stopped giving any updates to Internet Explorer. Now, all the automations that are run, that are being executed, UiPath cannot handle it, right? So what they need to do, they need to migrate it. In some condition, if they are not able to migrate, if UiPath comes in, they will find some migration tool and they will help us. If they are not able to do it, then we may need to recreate the code. Okay, so that is how the L1, L2, and L3 support teams work. Any questions?
Vajrang, how do we check the logs? Do we maintain any tool for this one, or
You
how
can
can we
go
check?
with you can go with UiPath as cloud. cloud.uipath.com. We will deploy it again. Anyhow, we will deploy our codes. So we'll see it. So UiPath Studio provides us control L, an option to see all the execution logs. Okay, if there is execution log, for example, group by date modified. So this is yesterday's execution. I can just go ahead and see the logs. So this is one way of seeing the logs. So this will also be asked in interview. Let's assume that the bot failed and you are not able to find the logs in the orchestrator. Where will you find the logs? So you can quickly say that, well, if the bot failed, then first thing is I will check in the orchestrator logs. If you are not able to find the details in orchestrator logs, then what we can do is, let me just close, don't save. Yeah. So let me just open it. Yeah. So if you are not able to find it, then first I will log into the virtual machine and I will see execution log and I will be able to find the logs in the time on which it's updated. So I'll just see with the logs and I will be able to identify and find out. Okay, so these are the
So where
logs.
can we find where can we find these execution logs?
It's there here, right? App data, user app data, locals, UiPath logs.
Oh,
Go to
okay.
you, go to UiPath Studio and then press Control L.
Control
It will
L.
take,
Okay.
yeah, it will take you to the
Okay.
logs.
Okay.
But ideally, if you don't want, if you don't know where is it, it will be in app data, local UiPath logs.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just trying to open my orchestrator. Hope this is having the license. Requested for a license, but not sure. Yeah. Okay, now if you see here more, orchestrator, I'll just go to the default tenant. This is my orchestrator. I'll go into automations. Okay, there are no logs. Let's see if there are logs. Filters, last day, all. So these are my logs. Okay, it need not be on the same day. Maybe I can just filter out warning, error, anything out of
Got
it.
it.
I can also filter on machines. I can also filter on the process names itself. Okay, this is where we will do it. And I can also export the logs. And I can see it over CSV. So I'll just write down the notes. How can we debug a process or check with error process? Log into orchestrator, tenant, find jobs, find failed jobs, check for logs, execution logs, find errors in them. Okay, if orchestrator logs are not available, okay, then we can check. Go to log into virtual machine, log into robot machine, navigate to percentage app data. Okay, and then you can see slash, where is this? App data local UiPath logs. Local slash UiPath slash logs. Okay, and do you know what? Where is the other place? One final place where we can check logs. Event viewer. So what exactly happens in an event viewer? So this event viewer, if I open a notepad, it will log it stating that a notepad is opened. Okay, so here these are my details, or these are my orchestrator details. So just closing them, not required for you. So Windows custom logs or custom use applications. So there is a solution architect I had an interview with. He asked me, how do you think UiPath will recognize any particular activity? Do you know? Like if I'm clicking on somewhere, how the studio is able to recognize that I'm clicking on somewhere? Any idea for everyone? Okay, I'll tell. So the answer that I got is, well, each and every activity that we do will be logged or will be added up to this log. UiPath will also check these logs and it will see what kind of um, log is updated, like if there is any security or system setup or what kind of events that are happened. So using that events, it will add the items or it will add the items into the solution. So that's the answer that I got. It may be true or may not be true, but the reasoning is correct. It will depend on UI in the operating system. Okay. So that is one place. So I think we can close our meeting in next 5 minutes, but any questions? The today's meeting went so fast. And many important topics also covered. Come on, unmute and talk, please.
Yeah, Vajrang, for L1 support role, how much knowledge do we require in the UiPath?
What is that?
For L1 support role, how much knowledge do we have? We should have over the UiPath.
For support role, how much can we tell UiPath? I didn't get your question. Can you please type in?
Yeah, how many years of experience do we need to work as support role?
Go with 5 years, go with 10 years, it doesn't matter. See, once you are
Minimum,
able
right?
to answer that questions, like UiPath started only 5 to 6 years back, around 2016 or 17. That's when we all are started also working on UiPath. Now, obviously, you cannot get 10 years of experience in UiPath. You can work for support role for the past 10 years, but in UiPath, you can say that I worked for the last 3-4 years. Okay. Just go with 2 years of experience. Don't go beyond that.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Will that L2 level also get that access to the production package? Because you mentioned that they will change the selectors, right?
Okay, so L2 will not have the production access, but they will have the development access, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now, when I'm updating this code, yesterday, whatever we have done, updating the code, that is our repo for production. Sorry, that is our repo for like Vajrang, you can take it as production. Others, you can take it as developments. Okay, so whatever code that's there in the production will stay in the production. Remaining development code, whatever you have, that's a copy, right? You can still take a copy of it and you can work on it. So that's how
Yeah.
it will work.
Okay. Okay. And from where they can get this package directly from orchestrator, or will they also have the GitHub?
They will have the code directly,
Uh, okay.
GitHub code or any kind of repo. For example, someone may use Git bucket, some may use VSTS, some may use TFS.
Okay.
Okay, so if there are no questions, so how is your PDD going on? How many of you have completed the PDD or created, at least started, at least tried creating a PDD?
Yeah, I have filled up few details in the PDD. As far as I am aware of
Okay,
the project.
go ahead, share it and share it in the WhatsApp, in the group, in the Teams, or you can
Yeah,
just
I
upload.
added. I
You can
uploaded it
upload
in the T2 folder.
Team 2.
Yeah, yes, team 2.
Let's just quickly review it.
Okay, yeah, please.
I'm still sharing the screen.
Oh, yes.
Week 3, T2. This one.
Yes.
So tomorrow we'll check with testing.
Okay.
Yeah, this process objectives, you should have added these notes as well, but that's fine. Frequency, cross area, department, okay. Execution time, this is fine. Excel data. This is fine. So this everything is auto-generated, right? from Task
Yeah.
Manager.
Yeah, inside the notes, I have updated the notes inside them.
Fine, but everything is updated from Task Manager.
Yes, right.
So are you able to get hold of Task Manager? Is it easy?
Yes. Except the structuring, yeah, everything is easy.
Okay. So you just need to add business rule exceptions.
Yeah, I had added it in the list.
Documentation. Yeah, I think most of it is pre-filled, but I can get it what you have filled. That's fine. Good job, buddy.
And what is the Kibana?
So
That
Kibana
report.
is the dashboard. Like for the logs, we are able to see how like the charts and all, right? Kibana is a place where we store our logs and we can get some analytics out of it. It's a dashboard.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So let's stop the recording. It's 1 hour exactly. And